Good morning, everybody. Great to see, fresh faces, and it was great to see all the hands that were first opportunity at Media Post, and we're certainly happy to be here, and just another great event that these guys put on, and we'll jump into things here this morning, and I'll try not to get too long-winded. But I think, what we realize right now, there's a lot of things going on, and especially in Q1, we've seen tech companies laying off, over 100,000 people, and big companies, whether it's Meta, or Amazon, Google. So there's a big challenge in terms of support, and there's a more macro alignment of leaning into AI, big bets that are really just creating, a challenge for advertisers and marketers as costs continue to rise. We see concerns about antitrust and TikTok, and is that going to be around? And so there's just a lot of noise going on in the market right now that I think is, we all just have to acknowledge, and the challenges are not going away anytime soon. And if we talk about CPG, specifically, some interesting things like now 40% of the global consumer population is part of Gen Z, and they're shop and act differently. Consumers are more interested in sustainability and the brand value and not just the products. Buy now, pay later solutions are continuing to scale and grow. We're seeing a lot more on self-care solutions and products that are coming out, and people are much more interested in wellness, and we have a lot of the stresses of the pandemic, have certainly taken a toll on the economy, but also just individuals' livelihood, and we're seeing more and more, focus on that, as well as, the emerging, private label solutions and omni-channel sales solutions that are happening. So there's just a lot of things that are going on, but the ad spend is continuing to increase. But it's making, things difficult, more challenging to be more efficient in the marketplace. Loose. Okay. So I thought I'd take a second, and hopefully this look like our video is going to run, but just to give a little background on AdMedia, we have over 1 million domains and we're pulling in over 1.8 trillion ad calls a day that are leading into our first-party data solutions through our owned and operated and partner sites. We own and operate about 150 category endemic sites that we'll touch on as well too. So, kind of why, a little bit about us. We've been around since 1998, so we're a very seasoned company. We focus totally on providing incremental traffic outside of the engines, outside of, you can't get this inventory, you can't get access to our users, our profiles, through any other ad network. We're extremely efficient. We typically outperform Google, Bing, Facebook on a CPC basis. We're scalable. Like I mentioned, we have over 200 million user profiles, and we're fully transparent. We have major brands that lean in and trust with us, with over 60,000 advertisers that are actually running with us. And so we also integrate into your source of truth, whether it's Google Analytics or Adobe, or you're using some other measurement platform. We're fully integrated with all the solutions across the board to make it very simple. And the other thing is we're full service, so we'll do all the heavy lifting for you. So while we've seen a lot of the other players in the market, laying people off, we're actually aggressively hiring and finding more and more demand coming in actually for managed service solutions, which, it's a little bit of a shift from, the AI and just self-service solutions that are in the marketplace. We're seeing more and more demand coming in and have a full, stack of team ready to execute for you. Just a couple of examples. I mentioned some of the category endemic product sites and publishers that we work with. So drugs.com, healthgrades.com, cure.com are all owned and operated sites of ours, but we also powered the on-site search for major publications like the New York Post and Men's Health and Washington Post, Miami Herald, a number of major publications license our ad tech for their on-site search. So that, again, feeds us back in first-party data as well as access to that inventory. So we're very traffic, quality focused. So our invalid traffic rate is less than 1%, which is well below the industry standard. And the strength of us is our first-party data, that we're not licensing other third-party data solutions. We can onboard your CRM files and all of that table stakes, but the strength of us is really our first-party data. Couple examples of some ad executions just to give you a flavor. So this is on our localpages.com, an explicit ad search from our first-party data. When somebody lands on the site, we'll actually serve up an appropriate ad before they even take action on a search or any sort of activity on the site. So this is like our first-party data, knowing that you're likely in market, shopping for Sensodyne or toothbrushes or whatever it might be. We know that because we've been able to track the user across our properties and publishers, we will actually just serve up the ad directly for them without even having to take any action. This is our dynamic two-click model is a patented example in which we're sort of kind of combining, if you will, traditional display media with search. So we're taking this 300 by 250 example and putting in a keyword cloud based on the user's profile that we have established. And so the user can take action straight from one of those terms or additional search query, and it takes you now to a secondary SERP page, which is great for building for retargeting if the user doesn't take action. But there's no cost until the user now takes a second click and then lands on the actual landing page. So it's very qualified traffic. The user is self-qualifying, taking themselves through that second step. Our dynamic search is similar to what we talked about before, where when you land on one of our partner or our own owned and operated sites, based on, we'll actually serve up before the user searches logos, and then also potentially even start to autofill keyword terms based on the user's interest in what they've expressed before, which really, again, helps qualify the user further. And then our dynamic search, in this example, it actually just pre-fills based on the user's action and all on a CPC model and lands the user back on the appropriate landing page. Another one of our really interesting patents is our contextual. This is a cookieless solution. So again, we're crawling the content of article content across, billions of queries a day. It's future-proof. It doesn't require third-party cookies, and it aligns contextual with the keyword level of the article content, and then we'll serve a graphical display ad to the side of the article content as well. We also handle, cross-channel remarketing, which I think is pretty standard, but we will market users based, on by device, so we're not dependent on just a desktop user or a mobile user. We'll follow them through the entire journey. Another really interesting thing that we've seen great success with is our email remarketing. So if a user comes to the site, maybe doesn't check out or doesn't sign up or register or doesn't make that conversion, we'll actually take that user profile and target them back on a CPC basis through an email campaign. So you're able to reach the user that's been to the site, didn't take action, and the email CPC is the same as the keyword CPC. So it's a very great way to continue to touch and build relationships with the consumers. I'll make a quick plug too for what we've got coming up this fall. We're hosting what we're calling AdFest in October through the first part of November, and it's in Puerto Rico at the Ritz-Carlton. So all expenses paid. We rented the whole hotel. It's going to be great. So see me or Jackie or Nicole, who are in the back that are working with me, if you're interested, and then we'll be sending out more communications on this coming forward. But it's not a bad place to go spend a couple of days and maybe throw a costume on and have a couple of cocktails. So. With that said, I appreciate your time. Hopefully we'll grab time with, over a ball game, a round of golf, or at the pool. Hope we'll find some time to chat, but appreciate you all being here and for another great opportunity to work with the Media Post team. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Andy. I might actually, I do this for a living, put on events in nice places.